They know you're looking. They want you to see them with their new sources of supply. They want you to be jealous. They imagine you home on your phone or your computer. They imagine that you're watching their stuff, and they imagine what you must be feeling. And it just, that in and of itself is a source of narcissistic supply. The idea that their exes are watching their stories or they're watching their posts and they see them with the new girl or with the new guy, and they can imagine, they're like, aha, my ex is probably watching this and she's suffering. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another segment of the Psychopath Exposure Show. My name is Kira. Today we're going to be talking about how narcissists like to shelve their sources of supply, triangulate them with one another, and just keep all their victims locked up, on the shelf. So when they need you, they can just go, boop. Okay, this is not working out. Let me go and pull that one from the shelf and give it a shot. Kind of like some toxic Rolodex that they just keep hitting you up like a salesperson, right? And you have some warm leads, you got some hot leads, you got some cold leads, and they just go through them. And when this one's not working, boom, they'll contact that one. And if that one doesn't respond, they'll contact 10 more. One of them has to bite, right? That doesn't sound like an intimate situation, an intimate romantic relationship to me. That sounds like some transactional game or something like that. And if you get entangled, if you get stuck with a partner like that, and you think that your partner, you're going to suffer a lot. You're gonna get caught up in that game, and you're gonna dilute it. You're going to believe what you want to believe because that's what you want. You want this person to be that loving, trusting, romantic partner that you've been seeking. So you put them on that pedestal, even though they're abusive and they're driving you crazy. But then later you discover the truth, and they were never that to begin with. It was an act. They couldn't uphold it. They're incapable of being that thing that you thought they were. Of being that thing that they promised you they were. Of being that thing that they led you to believe that they were. So a survivor left a comment on a YouTube video. She says, my ex tried that on me, the whole let's be friends, after he emotionally devastated me. It's like, really? You were not a friend. After months of being apart, we tried to come back together, and we had an argument. And he once again took the worst thing that ever happened to me and used it against me and destroyed us getting back together. They can't control themselves. I never understood why people remain friends with ex-intimate partners. It's weird. Narcissists just want the option of shelving you for later use, like triangulation with their new supply. Yeah, there's a lot to be said here. And I also never understood how people can remain friends with past intimate partners. I struggled with that. I couldn't just stay friends. It's like once you're there, going back to just a friendship is not enough. And if things end really, really bad, then a friendship is off the table. That should be common sense. Now, there are some situations where you both come to an amicable separation, and you can stay friendly. I don't know about friends where you just hang out, like if it's all good, because oftentimes one person still has feelings for the other, and one thing leads to another, and then you get entangled again. But yeah, you can stay friendly with an ex, but friends, like really good friends, and we're gonna go out to dinner from time to time, and we're gonna go to this museum, or we're gonna go to this concert, and no, you can't get caught up in things like that. And it doesn't really happen. It doesn't really happen. But what does happen is people staying friends or within arm's reach of their narcissist exes. That's the one that you see. That's the one that's really, really common. That's the one that's really, really common. You stay friends on Instagram and Facebook. So then you see all the new posts that the narcissist is spamming their accounts with, because they know you're looking. They want you to see them with their new sources of supply. They want you to be jealous. They imagine you home on your phone or your computer. They imagine that you're watching their stuff, and they imagine what you must be feeling. And it just, that in and of itself is a source of narcissistic supply. The idea that their exes are watching their stories, or they're watching their posts, and they see them with the new girl or with the new guy, and they can imagine, they're like, aha, my ex is probably watching this and she's suffering. They think about that shit, and they get a rush from that. So why would you put yourself in that situation? You have to remove these narcissists from your life, especially when things end bad, right? You cannot be friends with them like if these things didn't happen. A friend doesn't drive you crazy like that. A friend doesn't emotionally devastate you. A friend doesn't do something that rips your soul in two. That's not a friend. I always find it interesting how these disordered narcissists reconcile things, and the garbage that's going on in their head, where they think that they can do all this crap and they can just waltz back into your life with the idea of, you tell them, hey, we're not getting back. There's no chance in hell we're getting back. And they're like, that's okay. I just want to be friends. I just want to have you in my life. Because they know that the majority of people are too weak to resist the temptation. And their other exes always fall for the trap, and they end up getting back, and they get more supply, and they keep playing that game. They keep playing that game, and it always ends the same. So that's why they shove them, right? So they have all these exes. When you discover how many exes the narcissists have on the Rolodex, you're like, oh, wow, I thought I was just dealing with that one. They had like 6 or 7 more going back for years that they stay in contact with, that they try to seduce, that they try to whisper in their ear and get them to invest. Then you realize how disgusting this whole thing is. So when you fall for that offer, the whole let's be friends offer, you get to see more things that you didn't see when you were with them. You see them from kind of a distance where you have to keep yourself in check, because you're probably going to feel jealousy. You're probably going to get ticked off. More things are going to make sense at that point. You're going to be like, oh, wow. So this is what you were doing to me. Because remember, now you're friends, right? So now they can just be open about things. They don't have to hide much from you. But believe me, they're revealing all those truths because deep down they know it's going to hurt you. Okay, if they really loved or cared about you and they really want to be friends because they really value and honor you, and they fucked up and they're repenting for it, they would not let you peep into their window of lies, because you'll figure it out, because you'll see things and you'll be like, hey, wait, that's what you were doing to me. As a matter of fact, I bet you that person was the one that you used to be calling, or you used to storm out of the house and go hang out with. And you start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. And when you do that, you get re-traumatized and the PTSD blows up, right? And then you discover that the narcissist has been playing a game all along. And you think it's over. You think now you're just friends and that's it. And the past is the past and we're just friends now and blah, blah, blah. And you don't realize that the game never ended. You thought it was over. You're still in the game. The narcissist is still playing the game. You thought it was over. You thought you collected your price, all your prices and your exit interviews and all the crap. You took home the third place prize from The Price is Right, the charity gifts, and that was it. You didn't realize there was a bigger game, and you're still in it. You're still in it. This is why you can't be friends with your narcissist exes. And yeah, they do triangulate one another. Because remember, now you have the friends label. Now you don't have a right to be jealous. You don't have a right to question their behavior, because they'll throw it in your face. They'll tell you, hey, you're not my girlfriend anymore. You're not my boyfriend anymore. I don't got to answer that question. Like they'll do things like that now. They want to be your friend, and then they'll also use that against you to tell you, hey, but remember, now we're just friends, so you can't ask that question. I don't owe you an explanation. Back off. And that's when you start to realize you're still in this game, and you're still getting hurt, and you're still feeling jealous, and you're still walking on eggshells, and you're still paranoid, and you're still experiencing trauma and PTSD, and you still can't sleep, and you have anxiety. But they're just your friend. Why are you experiencing all those things? That's what happens when you leave a narcissist to its own. You let them get what they want. You let them get away with what they did, and these are the consequences. And they're gonna triangulate you with the other source of supply that they also had shelved away. And they're gonna tell you similar stories that sound very familiar to what you guys went through. And somehow some of those shelved sources of supply, some of them know who you are. Now, why is that? Why would they know? They are also still in the game. Some of them don't know it's a game yet. Some of them don't even know what the rules are. Because let's face it, when you're entangled with a narcissist, you'll never know the rules. They change the rules as they go. They make up the rules as the game goes. And that game is rigged. It's rigged for them to win and for you to lose. So I'm sorry you had to go through that. I went through that. No, I felt like a sucker. But you got to learn from these experiences, right? When these things happen, you have to realize, okay, this is not failure, this is feedback. Because if you don't learn from these mistakes, if you don't learn from these narcissistic scams, then the same thing is going to happen. You're going to be prone to another abusive situation. oftentimes with the same person. And then you wonder, like, wow, I can't believe this person has been in my life. I've been stuck in this situation for way too long. What? And you look back at your life, and you're like, man, it's been 5 years. It's been 10 years. It's been 15 years. I've been on and off with this person. This clown has been coming in and out of my life, and I've got nothing to show for it. Yeah, nothing to show for it. You've been stuck in a game for 15 years. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. So take heed, my friends. This game is rigged for you to lose. You got to stay no contact with these people. You cannot be friends with these narcissists. You cannot give these narcissists another opportunity to date. You cannot let these narcissists back into your house, not even for a conversation. You're not welcome. You're not welcome in this home anymore. And you have to stand by that. If you need help, I can help you guys. Make sure you have strong boundaries. I can help you guys stand your ground when you have the urge of negotiating with the narcissist, when you have the urge of playing that game again, that game that you're still part of. I have a coaching program where I can help you guys conquer this nightmare and wake up from this madness that has plagued society more than ever in the past decade. It's unbelievable. So I have links below in the description for my coaching program. I'm flashing it right here on the screen. Feel free to reach out, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kita. This is Psychopath Exposure. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And remember to keep predators like these blocked and locked out of your life. That's all I got. Have a good one.